suffering a complete hyperextension of his left knee. It was so bad, McCallum suffered a ruptured artery in his left knee, while also tearing his calf and hamstring from the bone. Gross. After seeing this play, it's hard.
What's good, everybody? Back here with another video. Welcome back to another video. Hope everybody doing good. Hope everybody doing well. I just came across this video watching YouTube. This video called NFL players who almost died. So yeah, I wanted to check this video out. So I was like, man, why not record it? So I'm gonna go ahead and record it. So let's go ahead and get into it. We got this channel called Red Zone. So yeah, like this channel look kind of interesting. So I'm gonna go ahead and record it. React to it. So let's go ahead and get into it.
From a player who nearly blew himself up to another player on the wrong side of a training camp fight. Here are the NFL players who almost died. And first up, we have John Dorsey.
That gotta be a crazy way of trying to kill yourself or almost died by blowing up the truck. Ain't no way.
OREN boss. Because back in 2016, the longtime Eagles long snapper faced the biggest battle of his life, an aneurysm in his heart. Fortunately, the signs were there immediately, because during his honeymoon in Bora Bora, Doornbos noticed he could only keep his head underwater for a matter of seconds. For most people, this is normal, but for Doornbos, who was a great swimmer and in tremendous shape, this was anything but normal. However,
yeah, you're a football player. You should be able to breathe under this for a while, at least for a minute. I know you got that good oxygen because you're always running all the time.
He initially ignored the signs, because who wants to cut their honeymoon short? In fact, it wasn't until a failed physical a few months later when Doornbos addressed the problem. After being rushed to the hospital following the physical, Doornbos heard words that would change his life forever. You're never playing football again, and you need to have emergency open...
Oh yeah, y'all let me know who's your NFL team if y'all watch NFL. My favorite football team is the Baltimore Ravens. I've been a fan of them since 2000. I think I was in middle school, I believe. I think I was in middle school at the time. But yeah, y'all let me know in the comments who's y'all team in the NFL. I don't really watch college like that, but y'all can tell me about that college team too. Who's your favorite college team? I say my college team probably. I just go with my home team, Maryland.
Heart surgery. Ouch. Doornbos rushed to see a specialized surgeon and get a valve replacement with his life on the line. Initially, the surgery was scheduled to take 4.5 hours. However, it proved to be even more life-threatening than anyone imagined, by lasting 10.5 hours instead. Wild. Following the surgery, Doornbos continued fighting for his life. But Doornbos never gave up and has made a remarkable recovery since. In fact, his story has come full circle after saving a woman's life from a bizarre fire accident just weeks ago. So maybe magic really is real. But as motivational as Doornbos' story was, this next story might have it beat. Since back in 2018, Alex Smith suffered one of the scariest injuries in NFL history, but bounced back in no time. After suffering a compound fracture to his right tibia and fibula against the Texans, people said that Alex Smith would be lucky to even walk again. But boy, did he prove them wrong. After 17 surgeries and 2 years of not playing football whatsoever, Alex Smith returned to the NFL to give it one last go. That dude has guts. However, the odds were stacked against Smith even making the roster. Since his last time playing football, the Washington Redskins...
As a small business owner, you need someone you can rely on. We at Any Promo help businesses just like yours with custom printed and blank
replace Smith with 2 new quarterbacks, and even change their team name. Clearly, this was no longer Smith's team. Speaking of an unbelievable series of events, did you know that Tom Brady was in a serious car accident that could have ended his life?
I ain't know about that.
But before we dive into the GOAT's story, let's first talk about Jimmy Smith.
My boy, Jimmy.
Back in 2021, Jimmy Smith and his family were leaving the airport after he had
He stayed injured,
rented a car to drive his partner and
but he good as hell.
children from Los Angeles International Airport to their hotel. But what Smith didn't know was that he was being followed the whole time, and he thought everything was all good. So he went on to pick up food and check in at his hotel. But when Smith returned to his car after checking into his hotel room, that's when everything went wrong. Because 2 men with guns approached Smith, and they saw him as an opportunity. A third guy then approached Smith's partner, who was pregnant at the time, and placed the barrel of the gun on her stomach, demanding them to hand over their jewelry and money. Luckily, no one was harmed during this situation. But it has changed Jimmy Smith's life forever, since he revealed that this robbery gave him PTSD, and that going into a store and being around anyone with a mask or hood makes his heart thump. But that's not to say that the NFL itself is safe.
Man, that's crazy, but a lot of celebrities like that, though. You gotta worry about people following you and shit. They're like crazy-ass people out here. Man, get a life. I mean, celebrities are people, too. So, I mean, I gotta stop that crazy-ass shit, man. Following people for what?
Because next up includes perhaps the worst on-the-field injury ever, which cost Napoleon McCallum his career. During a 1994 matchup against the 49ers, the Raiders running back nearly lost his leg after suffering a complete hyperextension of his left knee. It was so bad, McCallum suffered a ruptured artery in his left knee, while also tearing his calf and hamstring from the bone. Gross. After seeing this play, it's hard not to look away. To make matters worse, this injury happened on Monday Night Football.
That shit is nasty as
a small business owner, you need someone you can rely on. We at Any Promo help businesses just like
for all of America to see.
Damn.
More recently, Ricardo Lockett had an on-the-field injury which almost paralyzed him. In 2015, Lockett saw his life flash before his eyes on a kick return against the Dallas Cowboys, where he severely injured his neck. It was so gruesome, Lockett underwent a 5-hour surgery following the injury and had no choice but to retire from his career prematurely. Luckily, Lockett has come away from this injury with a positive perspective on his life. He views each day as a special gift and has dedicated his life to spinal cord injury research. As said by Lockett, "I feel like I'm here for a
that shit sending tingles down my spine.
reason.
Like
I
your
don't
neck
feel
almost
like
being
that was a
broke.
mistake. I feel like there's something big I was saved for, and I feel like this is it." How wholesome. Lockett's miraculous recovery is somewhat similar to Tom Brady's car accident, where Brady was miraculously uninjured. During the car accident, Brady's car was hit by a 21-year-old, which knocked over a light pole and sent a passenger in the other vehicle directly to the hospital with serious injuries. Despite the scary car accident, Brady bounced back like he has time and time again throughout his career. As it turns out, Brady didn't even miss a beat, and even attended practice the same day, seemingly unfazed. No wonder he's the GOAT. Sadly, not all NFL players have been so lucky in car accidents, and Henry Ruggs is one of those players. In fact, this crash was so bad, it cost Ruggs his career and killed the opposing driver. Apparently, Ruggs had been so drunk during the accident that he was 3 times over the legal limit. As self-careless as this was, it still doesn't even begin to explain the speed he was driving at. During the incident, Ruggs was driving an absurd 156 miles per hour in a 45 mile per hour.
There's one incredible investment that no one seems to know about. Over 3,200 people have already invested in
zone, which is more than 3 times the speed limit. Now, Ruggs faces up to 46 years in prison. How disheartening. Similarly,
Man,
an
he's a good
incident where
receiver,
Bill Romanowski beat up his teammate Marcus Williams during the 2003 training camp is also extremely disheartening. After being held during a play in practice by Williams, a relentless Romanowski went off on his Raiders teammate. With clearly no boundaries, Romo grabbed hold of Williams' neck and jerked on his face mask so hard, Williams' helmet flew off. To follow this up, Romanowski landed a punch on Williams, which left the 6'6" tight end unconscious on the ground. Looks like someone could use some anger
motherfucker.
management therapy. According to Williams, this attack broke his left eye socket, shortened his memory, and gave him double vision and depression. Poor guy. Fortunately, incidents like this don't happen as often nowadays, but that's not to say NFL players don't do some stupid stuff. Just ask Jason Pierre-Paul. During a 2015 4th of July celebration, Paul was having a lot of fun lighting fireworks for over 50 of his friends and family members to see. After spending over $100,000 on the fireworks, Paul made sure to put on a show. However, towards the end of the show, Paul lost sight of just how dangerous fireworks can be. With only a few fireworks left to light, it was getting a bit windy. While this may not seem like a big deal, it turned out to be a gigantic issue. That's because as Paul was lighting the last few fireworks in his U-Haul van, his lighter kept going out due to the wind. Yet, just like on the football field, Paul never gave up. He continued to light up the fireworks but kept dealing with the same problem. His lighter kept going out. Finally, after 7 tries, it seemed as if the lighter had completely quit on fluid. However, that turned out to not be the case. All of a sudden, Paul's friends and family saw a truly bizarre and scary situation unfold in front of them from afar. There was a loud eruption and a blinding green and white light emerged along with a lot of smoke from the U-Haul van. Immediately, his family knew it could only mean one thing. The fireworks went off. Evidently, these fireworks knocked Paul to the ground, but somehow when he arose, he wasn't in pain. However, just because Paul wasn't in pain didn't mean everything was fine. As the mother of his child approached Paul, she couldn't help but note one element Paul had yet to realize. His hand was practically gone.
Damn.
How does almost losing your hand not hurt? But as horrific as this event was, Paul carries on his life like it never happened. After all, he hasn't lost a step, since he won a Super Bowl and made a Pro Bowl since the accident. Not even fireworks can slow Jason Pierre-Paul down. It goes to show that the greatest football players can handle some insane adversity. But you know what else is great? This video right here. So what are you doing? Click it.
Damn, blew his damn finger. It's not funny, but god damn, how you not feel it? That shit. I didn't know it blew up the whole truck. I thought he just lighting the firework and he did it out the firework. I didn't hear about the truck blowing up or whatever. Like, god damn. But yeah, I hope y'all liked the video. Let me know if y'all want me to do more of these. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.